Good afternoon. Welcome to Options Tender. It is Tuesday, Turnaround Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. We're going to go through SPY on multiple time frames, go around the horn on 65, and then we're going to update. It's a good time to update on Bitcoin because I think we're really close to a low, and then I think this thing goes to new highs. And so if you're a member, Mara, M-A-R-A, still the video that I put out last week is still valid, so check that out. I think that will become live with the move in Bitcoin. So if you're new here, go down to that bottom right hand corner, hit that Options Tender logo, and subscribe. We're doing this video about noon Eastern time, mid-market. If you want to get these videos during the market times, just become a supporter. It's like 99 cents. All right, let's jump into it. We have SPY on the monthly. If we notice down here, I think what I've been talking about is kind of happening now. We're going to see a little bit of strength in IWM, the small caps. I think it's already starting to happen. We should get some weakness in tech. And I'm not sure that we have hit a major high, but I think it's likely. So we're monitoring the VIX. We're monitoring everything right now to make sure that we're short the market right now, to monitor, make sure that we hedge on the upside. But I'll show you what I think is probable of happening on the lower time frame. So we have SPY here tagging. This is the trend line from 2000. It's holding on to it. I think by the end of the month, we should have some sort of reversal candle. Very similar to this move here. You had some sort of wave 4-ish move, a push above to the trend line throughout the month. And then by the end of the month, had a doji candle here. Doesn't mean we can't do all this again, sure, but I'm still looking for some sort of candle like this off of the trend line from 2000. Let's go down to the weekly. We have negative divergence on all the time frames. I'm not going to continue to show that over and over. Same thing here. We have a channel, potential channel. I say potential because the trend line's good up here. We have all these touches from the top, but we only have one. We're projecting that we'll have some sort of channel at some point in time where we test that. And will that become some sort of like head and shoulder or so? I'm not sure. We'll see. But I think it in due time we'll test that in the next months to sometime in the beginning of next year. So not much more to show on the weekly time frame. Here's that trend line. Again, we're above there. We could even, this is options expiration week, so we can see drastic moves. This could become a reversal candle, just like I'm looking at on the monthly. This could easily reverse off of this trend line and not hold. And then that would be a signal that there may be a trend change on the weekly time frame. So this week could be crucial. I think we're getting our reverse here pretty soon. I think today may have topped with time and price relationship that I talked about yesterday. So we'll continue to monitor this candle on the weekly and the monthly. On the daily time frame, daily trend is our friend. Just another point of view. Here's the same touches here from that potential channel. We have the 2000 trend line, and we have this potential channel that we drew out earlier from these two bottoms here. So going up there, we have all this confluence. We're rejecting off the top here so far. And let's see what kind of price action we get into the next couple days. Had this nice move here, and now price is rejecting. And again, negative divergence. You can show these over and over and over. Negative divergence. Now we don't have a negative divergence right here on the MACD. We do have a long-term one, But in the near term, we don't have one on the RSI and the MACD. We do have the slow stoke. So maybe we come down and we tag just a little bit higher because the trend line is moving up higher, and then we create a divergence from there. So that's also a possibility. Let's go to the 65 and then we'll go around the horn. Looking for reversal. All right, and I like to mention this one, this trend line is tagging the very top up here. And so if that's the case, we still have a little bit more room to go higher, just a few more points. And as a reminder, if when you're watching these videos, if you want to see multiple videos, even whether they're mine or not, that's not the point. Try it at 1.25 or 1.5 speed. You can get a lot more information quicker. Okay, traditional technical analysis. Looks like we're holding up here. This might be a little flag for wave 5. Get up the options expected move and possibly tag the top here by tomorrow. Today might be the top. It might be tomorrow. It's a time. Here's the zone that we're looking for. And then we're looking for a reversal. We're at the top of the box that I was aiming for. But again, this looks like a nice little triangle there. So a new high and 2 options expected move, or even up here to the top of the trend, could still happen. That's a what, 550? It's about 2 points away. I wouldn't say that's so bad. Now, this time relationship, we're going to look at 626. I think we have something happening going into 626. We'll keep an eye on that. If we do get our reversal, when and if we get our reversal up here, I think the 26 is going to be some sort of perhaps bottom. It doesn't mean that we go to new highs from this point, but I think we might get a bottom, maybe a tag there, and either go higher from one more move and get a divergence on the daily. So maybe we come down here to the trend line, hold this trend line one more time, get a new high, and then reverse from there. That's a possibility. But I think this time relationship will be good. So if we're making new highs into this time relationship, then I'll be looking for another reversal down. Or if we're down here into the time relationship, then I'll be looking for a reversal up. Simple as that. Okay, so we had our time relationship yesterday. We have just a single one that's coincided with the daily time frame. I'll get rid of those then, now that we've seen them. And again, we have 620, something coming up there, 21. Not sure. That's not really coinciding with anything on the daily, but this one is the big one, 626. So we have a huge cluster here. So this is really where we're going to keep focus. Price gets a little higher, reverses, and maybe finds a low into this price. I think that's more the scenario we're looking for. And so all that could say to us is maybe this is done. We get a low and then a lower high and continue on. Or maybe this is the top of A. We get a B reversal into it, and we have one more move to the upside. And a lot of people will say that this is an impulse move too. So this could easily be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then looking for a wave 4, and then one more 5. So however you want to count it, it doesn't matter. I want to keep it simple. I'm not worried about the structure. Price goes down into relationship, we look for a reversal up. It's simple. And in the certain levels that we're at. So we have a good level at the 536 at the top of this consolidation. We also have this consolidation area, which would be a good potential point here. So a reversal into 536 or 528 would be a nice buy zone, in my opinion. It also will coincide with this 200 moving average. Let's go over to Qs. Triple Qs. We have this valid trend line. We have a point here, 3 points, and now we're reversing off of this. Price is holding up because of NVIDIA. If it wants to eke out a new high here, fine, no big deal. It's right in our zone still, right at the options expected move. And then what might happen is price goes down to check either this trend line, former trend line, and go a little higher, or make them all the way down to this trend line here. And perhaps it does the same thing that SPY that we're looking for. Test the bottom, get one more high, or test the bottom, get a lower high, and continue on. And again, that time relationship is into 626. So right about here, this time frame. IWM. So IWM is showing a little strength now. It looks very similar to what we're looking at in Bitcoin. This still could just get a lower highs, technically in a downtrend, but the 62% retracement, this great 1-2 setup, where this would be the 1 and 2, where what happened was with this fake break, we have a 3-wave move down for an A B on this spike, and then a C impulse move down for this move to be over. So I'm still looking at this as being a flag, and that IWM starts to break out, and those small cap stocks really play catch up. And if we break out from this flag, now we're talking about a much bigger inverse head and shoulder setup, making new highs, breaking a downtrend, all sorts of things happening. So this could be a very massive move up that really helps the market get to new highs. And remember, we have those in the SPY, we have that last target at 560. So how do we get there? That's the difficult part about trading. But I think we do correct before we try to attempt to get there. And this is going to give us a clue on if price wants to go higher in SPY. In the Qs, maybe they hold off a bit and form a lower high. But SPY can make a higher high with IWM really taking off. So we have to keep an eye on this IWM. Starts to break out, show strength. So this is a great hedge to the upside. All right, check out the VIX. Sorry, kids are coming home. VIX holding a higher low so far. This will probably start breaking down if price action starts to move to the upside. But if it holds right here on this wedge breakout, maybe we get our little bit of a correction that I was talking about, and then we start to reverse from here, and then we make new highs. So that's something. But if we start breaking out from this channel and holding above 13, then I do expect the market to continue to head lower. So we're in one of those stances where I don't think we're going to go much higher from this point. We have to see what kind of low we can make, what kind of what price action has to do. So it's just not clear right now. So we have to keep an eye on VIX. We are short the market right now, but we might be looking to buy the dip into that time relationship. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at the futures of Bitcoin, BTC. We're going to go on to the daily time frame. Trend is our friend. And check out this setup. This is what we've been waiting for. We talked about this in earlier videos. The last update, we still have room to go on the downside. Maybe another day where we can have some sort of doji candle. But we had this flag breakout. You can also look at this as an inverse head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and this to back tests the flag breakout and continue to new highs. All right, this is a beautiful setup here. Here's the neckline. You can measure this in different ways, but one way to measure is to take out your, well, let's go ahead and move boards here. Let's go to the L8 wave board. We have, these are the retracements. Okay, this is beautiful. We have these retracements here from the high to low. So now we have targets. Let's see if I left them on. Yep. Okay, so now we have targets to the upside about 85.5 would be our last target. So our first major target after we get a breakout would be the 127.2% extension or retracement. You can, I know that it's interchangeable there, but to the just about 80,000. Okay, another way to do this is to come from the bottom, use your extension tool, and go to the neckline, and that will give you this 100% move. So that would be the measured move of an inverse head and shoulder, which that would be at the 100% there. We'd take out the other ones going up to the 100%. It could still go higher than that if it wants to, but that gives us about 88,000 for the measure move on this inverse head and shoulder. So it's got quite some room to go. Let's go down to the 65 just so we can see this in a different way. I have these two major pivots here, support. We're getting into that support with a wedge. We have an ABC move down for A, we have a B, and then a 5-wave ending diagonal here for a C. So it's a beautiful corrective move, and I think this wedge is falling wedge is a bullish setup for higher prices. So we're in this massive support. I know it's really wide there, but that's because Bitcoin is very volatile, and that was the range that I came up with. And lastly, before we end this, let me take off this one. We have this entire move from top to bottom here, and it's not exact. I didn't get some of the wicks, and I did this on my phone. So, and now we're on a computer, and I can go a little higher. I'm not gonna mess with that. Okay, so we have our retracement prices down to the 50% retracement from this entire move. So technically this is, we're getting into the zone, but Bitcoin could come all the way down here to 63,000 and be a very good setup as well. So maybe this drops a little bit more, falls out of that wedge, fake break, and goes higher from there. That's a possibility where the wedge actually breaks down, but usually those don't last that long. So we'll monitor that, and we'll have another buy zone at the 63,000 if price action doesn't hold here at the 65. All right, that's our higher low, and this would be a 1-2 setup. All right, and this is possibly a 1, 2, 3, 4 impulse wave, 5 move up, 3 wave move down for a wave 2, and much higher into the future. All right, thanks for joining us here at Options Center. Hope this helps out. Don't forget to like the video. Consider becoming a supporter. We'll talk to you soon.